Ready to roll.
Thank you for joining me today. Unafraid. Joey Himes back here with me today. Please, first of all, make sure you like the feed, share the feed, continue the conversation, whether you're watching on Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, whatever it is. Follow, subscribe, whatever it is. We have a couple good topics up for you guys today. First of all is, so Jemele Hill was suspended by ESPN for a tweet. And Jerry Jones is a distraction for the Cowboys, and
You think he is?
absolutely,
Oh my
absolutely,
gosh. Not having Sean Lee is a distraction for the Cowboys.
No. So first of all, much of you guys have heard and have seen that Jemele Hill. So people have been commenting, asking her about what's going on in the country, and that there's so much backlash from everybody, from Cam Newton to everybody else. Everybody wants to boycott something and all this. And how do you speak? You speak with your dollars. So she told people that they should, if they had a problem with the Cowboys players bending to what Jerry Jones has demanded of them, then the play is always to work with the money. So instead of putting all this onus on the Cowboys players, put it on your actual dollars. Like, what are you willing to do? And her quote says, "This play always worked. Change happens when advertisers are impacted. If you feel strongly about Jerry Jones' statement, boycott his advertisers."
Well, first of all, who's putting anything on the Cowboy players? I don't think anybody's really.
No. There's a lot being put on the Cowboys players, because if you are because it's a slave plantation mentality
Around the whole NFL, right?
And specifically around this issue as well, because a lot of owners, they don't really care about what President Trump says, does, or anything. The only thing that they're going to care about is that if it impacts them on some level. And it impacted him when he called them sons of bitches. And now with his recent tweet, he impacted them again by saying that about questioning the NFL's tax exemption and all this stuff. And that's going to get the owners in a ruckus again. But when it comes to the Cowboy players, right, there is pressure on those players to stand up to Jerry Jones, because he said that if they don't stand for or if they do anything to quote unquote disrespect the flag or disrespect the country, which is stupid, then they will be benched.
But okay, so just because you say it's stupid doesn't mean it is. Just because I say it's not stupid doesn't mean that it's not. So we disagree with that. Jerry Jones thinks, I don't want to say stupid is not the right word, but so here's what I say. This is America. If you own, let's see, if Michael Jordan owns the Hornets, or does he own the Hornets, right?
Yep.
If he says, what if so he's a black owner. What if he says, none of my players will not, if he's a patriot and he says that none of my players will sit or kneel during the national anthem. What's the difference? You own your own team. If you own your own team,
see. Here's the thing: is that you don't own the actual players.
No, you own the team, and it's your team. If you say, hey, if somebody, the New York Yankees have a rule: if you cannot have facial hair. So Johnny Damon, who said I'll never play for the Yankees, he didn't get an offer from the Red Sox. He said, okay, I'll never play for the Yankees. Then all of a sudden he's not wanted except for the Yankees. Guess what he did? He shaved his beard.
And there is an element of it that is you have a choice whether to play for the Cowboys or not.
Absolutely.
So you do have a choice, right?
Yep.
But there are players who are under contract, and there is an element of like you are standing up for something that is positive out in the world, right? And with Jemele being suspended for actually speaking the truth, and saying an objective statement that if you do have a problem with it, then you should boycott this.
She was more
this
suggesting it, though, right?
No. Oh, okay.
That's what
and so that's why she got suspended.
And she was warned, right? Also, don't go on Twitter and just
And I say this is that if you are going to be if you're going to be a journalist, if you are going to be a reporter, you want to be anything in this day and age and time, like you have to be, like you can't ignore what's going on in the country, and that what people are talking about, what people are like caring about, what's on their hearts and minds. And when you look at and everything starts with leadership, right?
Right.
What has our commander-in-chief shown us about tweeting? What has he shown us about blurring the lines between and attacking personal citizens? What has our president shown us?
He's been awful. But you know what?
Oh wait, no, hold on. But it's leadership though, right?
And he's a terrible leader. I when it comes to that, he's not the most, what's the word I'm looking for? He's not the most politically correct guy. I get all that. But the thing is, Jemele Hill, same thing. She works for somebody. ESPN. If she worked for CNN or MSNBC, this would be a non-issue.
Do you understand that
Michael Smith doesn't do it?
Do you understand that the president, he works for me and you. He works for our country.
Right. But he doesn't have like a boss per se.
Correct. But at the point in time, see, here's my biggest problem with this whole thing, right? Because I look at it as a bigger issue than just the NFL, than just the kneeling, than Jemele being suspended. That's why I wrote an article today. I posted it about why people who love the Second Amendment and who care about their guns should care about Jemele and care about people kneeling. And the reason why is because all these things go down a slippery slope, right? Mm-hmm. They go down a slippery slope because I'm going to go back to like prayer in schools,
but
right?
Can we clear this up? Because somebody brought up a good point here. He said employees can set whatever policy they want. Notice, Jones said bench, but suspend. So I don't think he's suspending anybody. He just said if you're Dak Prescott and you're going to kneel, I think Jerry Jones would keep his word and not start him.
Oh, okay. So what I would like to see is, right, because so it goes back to the point I was making. At the point in time where we start infringing upon people's First Amendment rights,
okay,
then that's an amendment that people, they care about, but when it comes to certain topics, they don't want you really talking about it, right? I mean, it could be about this, could be about abortion, could be about whoever you voted for, all that. But at the point in time where you start trying to suppress people's amendment rights, mm-hmm. One day it's going to be an issue that you care about that's going to be up for grabs. So that's why people who care about guns, who care about the Second Amendment, you should care about this because, granted, I understand that you may not agree with it. However, it's not you today, but guess what? It may be you tomorrow. And you don't want things to go down this slippery slope.
Okay, so let's change the subject, not the whole subject, but now Colin Kaepernick all of a sudden on this weekend said if he were to be signed again, I would stay standing for the national anthem.
He never said that. He never said that.
Wasn't that on TMZ?
No. That was like a misreport because Colin Kaepernick actually tweeted out after that. He was like, yo, like, what is this? I never said I've never talked to anybody.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, so, he said, I never talked to anybody about whether I would stand or whether I would sit.
But here's the thing. Okay, what is so when is it the NFL players will say, okay, we got what we wanted. Things are different. Now we will stand throughout the national anthem.
Here's the point is that the owners, right? Because Jerry Jones came out and said that after we took the knee on Monday night or whatever and then stood up, I thought it would all go away.
It kind of did a little bit.
It kind of,
and also the shooting helped out.
Yeah, it started to suppress things. Yeah. People started to get on it. Yeah, and then what happened? Your commander-in-chief started attacking people, going after people again.
That will never change. He attacks, but he attacks North Korea. He attacks, that's just how he is.
All right, so like, why do we excuse our commander-in-chief for Trump being Trump, right? For this is just how he is. But then we hold private citizens accountable for things that quote unquote they say, think, believe, and all that. There is something wrong. Is that we have to understand that the system is broken and that something is completely wrong when we do not hold.
What part of the system is broken?
I'm getting ready to tell you, is that the fact that we do not hold, regardless of whether you're a Trump supporter, regardless of whether you are a Trump hater, whatever you are. At the point in time where we don't hold our highest elected official accountable, even more so, because he should be held to a higher standard than even our regular citizens. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, yes, of course.
Yeah. So the fact that we are,
but maybe that's why he won, because he's not that guy, and America got sick and tired of politically correct Obama and Bill Clinton. What he did in the White House, I mean, was he held accountable? Was he? I mean, if other people do that in their workplace, they get fired. Look at Harvey Weinstein. He just got fired.
He was sexually assaulting people.
Well, maybe Bill Clinton didn't he pay girls money in Arkansas for
that was alleged or
what?
No, I'm just saying. So,
but I mean, 3 or 4 different girls. So he paid them off, and he was the governor of Arkansas. So it works both ways. There's crappy Democrat.
It has nothing to do with political party, dude. It has nothing to do with that.
I'm saying to do with the leaders.
The president, yes, the leaders should and have to and must be held accountable. And at the point,
who's going to hold him accountable?
That's where I posted about this yesterday. And my thing is I said, listen, I don't have the exact answer to how we hold him accountable. But then my old radio partner, he brought up a good point. He said, you actually hold him accountable
by his votes.
Well, by votes in the presidential election, but also, but also in the midterm elections.
Yeah, that's where you speak the most, right?
Yeah, and it's just like it's confusing to me, and it's kind of infuriating when you have our president, right, attacking private businesses, right?
But he attacks everybody.
It doesn't,
Jewel, whatever the guy's name is.
That doesn't matter.
But it'll never change. If you're waiting for him to change that, George, it's never going to get worse.
I'm not waiting on him to change. Okay. What I'm saying is that our country, our citizens, our everything. We have to hold our elected officials accountable. And when you look at Jemele Hill, right? Jemele Hill was suspended for
2 weeks. Tiny slap on the wrist.
No, that's not a tiny slap on the wrist. That's two.
But she's so selfish because how come Michael Smith isn't doing it?
Michael Smith sat out. He sat out the show yesterday.
They didn't have a show. They were NFL on Monday. They don't do a show.
Oh, okay.
But anyways. But she's jeopardizing her partner's future too. I mean, maybe they come together.
Do you understand that? Yes, they come together as a package deal.
You think Michael Smith is crazy about this right now? Honestly,
yes, because see, here's the thing is that people during this day and age and at this time, right, are realizing, hold up, like. I have to think about something bigger than me because this not only affects me, this affects my kids. And people are realizing that what our president is doing, right, is with the attacks on everybody, it's a distraction.
But
what it is.
But she went after Jerry Jones at this time.
No. I'm saying no. She didn't go after Jerry Jones.
Well, she went after.
She didn't go after anybody.
She said if you want to affect Jerry Jones and Jerry Jones is a partner with ESPN, who is her employee, and they warned her already.
So why would you? And that's why it is. That's why I say that it starts with the leadership. The leadership has told us, right? It's the same way that if you have a household, if you have a team, if the leadership is messed up, right? If the leadership is reckless, if the leadership is out of control, right? Yeah. Which it is in our country. Right. It is reckless. Right. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Then the people underneath him and everybody else around you is going to be reckless.
But Stan Verrett didn't do it. Stan Verrett did not do it. Linda Cohn didn't do it.
You can't think, okay, everybody is not going to do everything.
I know, but Jemele, but here's the thing. I know how you feel, but there's people like, she works for ESPN. Just stick to if she wants. She really. You know what? I give her credit. She likes politics. She goes on MSNBC. Go get a job on MSNBC.
Okay, so why on earth do you think that? Okay,
remember Rush Limbaugh, what he said about black quarterbacks or something? Everyone's like, "Shut the fuck up! Talk about politics." It's the same thing.
Yeah. But the thing is, why on earth, right? You are not actually being a responsible reporter or journalist or anything if you are not talking about what is going on in our country, right?
Yeah.
If you're not talking about it. And what President Trump is doing, I'm telling you this. And
well, you can talk about it.
I know I'll get called the lefty, liberal loser and all this stuff, right?
Oh, here comes Black America.
No, it's not about Black America. It is I know I'm going to get called that. However, anybody who knows me personally knows that my views are mostly conservative.
Yep.
And So like by novices, I'll get called a lefty loser for what I'm getting, a lefty Hillary loser. But I didn't want Hillary to be president.
Neither did I. Thank God she wasn't. Oh my God, thank you.
No, but Trump is unfit as well.
What? But there's a reason he won.
I understand,
right?
and what he's doing right now is with all these attacks on people, he's playing to his base as a distraction from getting nothing done. Nothing.
It's 8 months into the presidency, so let's give him some time.
No
president ever has also had this much backlash after they won the presidency. Rioting in the streets, grabbing.
Hold on.
Please don't say Obama.
Hold on. President Obama inherited the worst economic situation of any president.
I'm saying inherited hate. Like people, he won the election. The other day, the next day, there were women in vaginas marching in the streets. There's a million women march. What was that thing called?
When you are the leader, right? See,
he did. That was his first day of office.
Part of the problem is, but the thing is, it started on the campaign trail with the name calling and all that. I will tell you this.
Hillary called their followers deplorables.
One thing that I do, that I am happy about with Donald Trump, right? One thing I'm happy about is that the way the election went, right?
Yeah.
The idea of perfect man politics is out of the window. And because
Obama was the last one,
and the idea that we have to be perfect, or that we expect them to be non-human beings who don't drink or don't do anything wrong is out the window.
Yep.
Which allows people to be more real, more honest, instead of just playing to their base and supporters.
Right.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
How did you feel about that?
Are we? Pence?
Yeah, that publicity stunt that he pulled. Would you agree it was a publicity stunt?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, they're playing the Niners. That's his home state. First of all, the Colts.
Yeah.
They're playing the Niners. Who the hell would want to go watch that game, anyways? But yeah, at least I like how Trump did take the blame for it. Said that he told them if they'd kneel to leave. But yes,
but he knew that they were going to kneel.
Yeah, of course he did.
And here's the thing,
but the Colts did not kneel.
Hell, okay. So here's the thing is that I remember reading on Friday, right, that Pence was going to be on the West Coast on the weekend and in LA at some point in time.
Really?
Yeah. I remember reading that last Friday, and then I thought, I saw him at the game on Sunday, and I heard about him leaving the game and all that. And then I was like, I was like, okay, well, I guess he's not coming here to LA, or I missed him. And the reason why it mattered to me is literally traffic, because when the president or vice president comes to town, it affects traffic.
So I know and then right here.
And then I was leaving dinner with my family on Sunday night, on the way from LA, going through Westwood on the way back home, and I see all these motorcycle cops. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then I'm like, maybe he came. Maybe Pence did come. So then I started Googling, and I'm like, okay, hold up. He was in Las Vegas on Saturday. He wasn't actually invited to the Manning ceremonies on Sunday. So he flew.
The Manning ceremonies?
Yeah, because his jersey was getting retired.
Oh, sorry, the Colts. Yeah.
Yeah. So he wasn't invited to that, but he flew to Indianapolis from Las Vegas to attend the ceremony. I'm sorry, to go to the game, right? But the reality is he had no intention on going to the game because he had to be in a fundraiser in Westwood that afternoon. So he had no intentions on staying for the game. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so hit the whole point, which President Trump alluded to as well, which was that he had no intention on staying.
Right.
Like that was the publicity stunt was the whole point. And it all became because President Trump, he threw a temper tantrum saying, oh, wow, I told people to walk out of the stadium, but nobody's walking out of the stadium. Right?
Wait, Trump said that?
Yeah.
No, I think he said he told Pence to walk out, not other people.
No.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. People should all leave, right?
Yeah, and nobody was doing
not
it.
Spend money and
yeah. So then, what did he do? He's like, oh well, I didn't get my way. People aren't doing what I said, so I'm gonna find a way to influence them. It's propaganda.
Yeah, I mean, he went over. Remember, he said the NFL is a dying sport. So that's what you're always going to get with Trump. That's Donald Trump. If the minute you say one bad, he loves you. You say something bad about you, he hates you. You apologize, he loves you again. Then you turn around and say something bad about. That's the guy. That's just who he is. He's an egomaniac.
So why? I understand that, and
Right.
I understand that you can't change people.
You can
right?
no, especially that old.
So, but you don't have to. But we should not be condoning and accepting it. That's where I'm at with it. Is that the point in time that we hold private citizens like Jemele Hill accountable for affecting the business's bottom line.
Right.
But then President Trump goes after certain businesses. He's going after the NFL. He's going after Nordstrom's. He's going after no. What I'm saying is that is he not using his political platform to affect private business?
Okay, but didn't they go after Ivanka Trump too for her shoes? CNN and all these people like that.
No. I asked your question. I said, is he or is he not using his political platform to influence business?
1,000,000,000%. Yes.
So that's why I say it's the leadership. So that's why I say Jemele. I understand why the NFL. I mean, why?
Well, what about Kurt Schilling in that case? Kurt Schilling did it while Obama was president.
Okay. Do you understand that you can't do racist stuff? Like
what was the racist stuff? He said that it was transgender, right?
No. It wasn't just the transgender. It was the memes that he put up making fun of Muslims and all that stuff. And that's what really got
not really
him
of Muslims. I think it was more of letting people in, undocumented.
Yeah, but the problem is that yes, I do agree, like everybody else, that I want our borders safe and our borders protected. But the myth that we should be so terribly afraid of foreign terrorists it's a myth, because the government does a good job of foiling foreign terrorists. The people we need to be afraid of look like me and you.
Okay, but going back to Jemele Hill, here's the one thing you're forgetting. She has a boss. The boss warned her. The first time calling the president of the United States a white supremacist. That's bad. I mean, that's knowing you're going to say it on Twitter and going to get likes and retweets. So she did it to instigate, to stir the pot. So her boss said, okay, Jemele, we'll let it go. Do not use Twitter as a platform anymore for politics, whatever. And she went and did it again. And if that were me and you, we'd be fired. So how many more chances are they going to give her? Is this her last chance?
Listen,
you think this is her last chance?
What I believe is this, is that you guys, first of all, please, there's an Unafraid email as well. Thank you guys for joining. It's unafraidshow@gmail.com. You can send in your emails, if you want to make a phone call or whatever. It is an anonymous email.
It is?
Yes, it's an anonymous email.
Like
so
that.
You can say whatever the hell it is that you want to say without fear or backlash or trepidation.
And really quick, you could follow me on @JoeyHeim on Twitter. If you're one of George's 80,000 followers, follow me. We'll talk Joel Embiid signing. What'd you say when I got here?
Oh, that's a waste of money.
My God.
But to go back to what Jerry Jones said, right? Jerry Jones said that if players didn't stay in, that they would all be benched or whatever. So what happens if, being that like 40 of his, or like 35 of his players are black, if they all take a knee,
they should do it.
What is he gonna do?
You're forgetting something.
I'm just asking.
No.
What is he gonna do?
Let's see. You know what? Call him out on it.
Is he gonna forfeit the game?
Well, first of all, Jerry Jones, he is beloved by his players.
Yes, yeah. So I doubt
you will
that they
not
would
find
actually
an
do
owner.
it.
Find me one owner. I'll tell you the last owner that was as loved as Jerry Jones, Jerry Buss.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah. I would 100%.
If Jerry
agree
Buss
with
tells Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kobe.
No. He couldn't have told Kareem Abdul-Jabbar nothing.
Oh, actually, you're probably right about that. That's one guy you don't want to. Yeah, so,
he would have told him. He would have told him to go fly a kite. I'm doing what I feel like doing.
Kareem, I love Kareem. You know what I love the most about Kareem? Probably the smartest athlete that ever lived.
One of them, for sure. I mean, studious. He writes well.
My God.
See. Here's the thing: is that we don't.
But what about Magic? Okay, Magic, Jamal Wilkes. Those guys. If Jerry Buss says, "Please don't kneel. It's not good for business," they do not kneel.
No. I think that Jerry.
Kareem is different.
I think that Jerry Buss's opinion on the subject would have been different. But here's the thing: after President Trump's recent tweet about the questioning the NFL's tax exemption, saying change tax law and all that, right? Do you believe that NFL owners, because remember, they only locked arms because President Trump affected their business, and their players were outraged, right? And they didn't want everybody in the whole damn league to take a knee. So do you believe that now that President Trump is he commented on the NFL again, attacking their bottom line, right? Attacking their tax exemption, do you believe that they will now put up more of a resistance against him or not care?
You know what? I think these guys, they just never want to rock the boat, and just they want everything to die down. They're not going to challenge him. It was dying down. That's a sad thing. So I mean, I think you're right. There was an agenda. Donald Trump made Pence go there and bring it up all over again.
And you have to remember that he keeps grinding axes with people that he has a problem with. Because remember, he sued the NFL because they wouldn't let him in the good old boys club.
Those guys are all.
It doesn't matter.
Didn't like 8 owners give him $1 million or something?
Yeah. But the thing is, they weren't owners when he sued them. That's what I'm saying. The next thing up though is so I was going to say that Jerry Jones is a big distraction for the Cowboys.
I don't think
because we get to
Aaron Rodgers was a big distraction to the Cowboys.
No, what I'm saying is that people were talking so much. Yeah, yes, we know Adrian Peterson was traded to the Cardinals. There are so many people who are talking.
By the way, that is a good. Yeah, I said when I got here, what's the big deal? But if he gets 20 carries and he's getting 120 yards for the Cardinals, because that's what they're missing right now with David Johnson out.
Yeah.
So that could be a huge move.
Yeah, but with Jerry Jones, with all the talk about is Colin Kaepernick a distraction, right? Big two teams that they didn't want to deal with the distraction that is Colin Kaepernick.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, but isn't Jerry Jones being just as big of a distraction when now Ezekiel Elliott, Jason Witten, Dak Prescott, all his stars are going to have to answer questions about this all year?
No, he's the boss. He's saying
no. I'm just saying no. They're going to have to answer questions about this all year, right?
Yeah, and you know what? They can answer questions. I mean, he's the boss. If you don't like, if Ezekiel Elliott or Witten doesn't like it, drop out of the NFL, go back to school, study harder. I mean, I don't think Jerry Jones inherited all of his millions. I think Jerry Jones worked for it. He went to college at Arkansas. When you own your own company, you own your own team, you can make the rules. Michael Jordan, if he tells his team, I want you guys all to kneel during the national anthem, I won't like it, but guess what? It's his team.
Yeah, but he shouldn't. It's a difference.
Is anybody in the NBA going to kneel?
I don't know.
It's not going to happen.
I think that it is.
Not one player will, mark my words today, October 10th, 10:07. Not one player will kneel.
Hold up. It depends on. I would say it depends on what happens between now and then. Now and when the NBA season starts and as it progresses, it depends on what President Trump says.
You don't think Adam Silver got in front of all this and said, I mean, he called the owners to a meeting and he said, guys, we cannot, it's all about money. That's it. It's only about money. It's not about principle. It's not about race. It's not the owners and the commissioner of the league. It's all about money. Adam Silver got in front of this thing and he told his players and the owners, we're not kneeling. I think he already made a rule about it where you must stand at attention.
But the thing about it is, I'm saying that could all change. It's all negotiable. It all depends on what leadership does. And I will tell you this, I want to make sure that we are in this country that we're looking at things and we're saying, all right, how can we be better, right? Because it's super easy for everybody to say, oh man, I'm this on this issue, I'm this on this issue, and you're stupid, you're dumb, you're this, you're that. It's all all of that is just to divide us as a country because we all have patriotism. We all love our country. We all value our amendments. So at the point in time where we start devaluing other people's amendments and stuff that they care about, we are going down a slippery slope because you're up next, buddy.
But that's what I'm saying. There's some people, you have to respect that there are some people who lose their minds that somebody's taking a knee. But you could say whatever it's for, whatever they're trying to accomplish, it's okay. But for them, they want it done in another way. Don't disrespect the flag, and you have to respect that as well. You know, some people treat the flag like it's God. That's just how it is.
Yeah. And okay, so the next topic up though is the Dolphins, right?
Oh,
the Dolphins had a assistant coach Chris Forrester, who sent a video to
a mistress or something, right? Or girlfriend?
Yeah, it was a stripper. Dang, I forgot her name. So he sent the video to her. She posted it on Facebook. He was doing lines of something, some white substance. You can't assume it's coke.
It could have been Oxycontin or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Like
Not
it's apparently some drug. Probably some drugs. We have to be responsible because we can't say we know what
it could be meth. It could be Okay.
So he was doing something. He sent her a video, and it was kind of creepy almost because he's
maybe going into a meeting.
Yeah. I'm going into a meeting.
It's like having orgasm.
I can't wait till we can get high like this again together and all this, right? And it was funny because I talked about it yesterday briefly. Is that my wife's friend texted me and asked me if I had seen it, and I was like, yeah, but this is gonna go away quietly. And she was like, there's no way that this can go away quietly.
And it's sad, to be honest with you. Don't you think it's sad? The guy has a problem with addiction. I've had a problem with addiction in the past, and I have a really bad issue with Stephen A. Smith, who has no sympathy for the guy, who says, shame on the Dolphins for letting him resign and not fire him. You guys, addiction.
No, go on. Sorry.
I mean, this guy, he put, like I said, what's he thinking to put it on video on his phone and to send it to a girl? You're not in your right, when you're in the grips of addiction, you're not in your right mind. This guy, he needs help. He needs help in the worst way, and he lost his job. He was the highest paid assistant coach in the league, right? Like $2.5 million.
Yeah.
By all accounts, he was a really good coach, and now he's done probably forever in the NFL. And so it's sad. And Stephen A. Smith said he had no sympathy for the guy. He got what he deserved. Yes, he should have been fired or resigned, whatever. But we have to remember, as a human being, the guy needs help. And having an addiction to me is like having cancer. It's just something. You have to live with it the rest of your life.
Okay, I would agree, right? I would agree with you in terms of that addiction is dangerous. That we need to be aware of it. All these things, but in terms of sympathy, like I want the guy to get help, right? But I want to focus on more of the issue of the fact that I was saying that this was going to go away quietly, and I knew that this was going to go away quietly because
you're saying it is going away quietly.
Oh, it is. You haven't heard, aside from when the video first came out, he resigned early the next morning. So it became a non-issue about, are the Dolphins gonna fire him? Are they not, because of the American Disabilities Act? They can't fire him. Like
really?
What? Yeah, dude, you can't fire somebody who is an addict. Like, you can remove them from their position, but then they gotta go get help and treatment, and you have to like back channel how you.
So that makes a little more sense now. So they kind of let him resign, so they don't have to worry about all that stuff. Like.
No. I'm telling you, this is that a lot of times in those situations, the company isn't forced to give you the rest of the money that they owe you. But I would bet money but the Dolphins aren't going to open up their books, obviously, is that they paid the man the rest of his salary because they wanted it, and the NFL wanted this to go away quietly, because him doing lines of coke, meth, Oxycontin, whatever it is, at the office, that's not that uncommon. And that other people.
What do you mean it's not?
He's not. Is that if he's doing coke or any of that
stuff? You think NFL owners know that other employees are doing coke while on the job?
They've probably done it with them, or either that or on their free time. So like, if you're an employer, does it matter to you more if a dude gets high before he goes to a meeting, or if he snorts coke when he gets home?
At a meeting, of course. Like
how does it really matter? Because if he snorts coke regularly when in his off time, right? Then that's affecting his production because while he's at work, he's thinking about when am I going to get high.
You think another coach knows that he snorts coke? I don't think so.
Are you kidding me?
No way,
dude. That is the biggest myth, dude. And the reason why the NFL wanted it to go away quietly, I'm telling you this from experience.
Well, it's going away quietly though, because if it was Mike Tomlin or Jason Garrett snorting the coke, dude, this would be a story. Nobody knows who this guy is.
No, I'm saying that's why they wanted it to go away quietly, is because he's not because I know this for a fact. At one point in time, I had 4 to 5 dudes on my team doing coke. Regular.
In the NFL?
Yes.
So don't they test for it?
It's tricky because you can get tested on Mondays after games, right? But how long does cocaine stay in your system?
A good 72 hours.
72 hours probably for like a normal person.
Wait, so they only test on Mondays?
They only test on Mondays for performance-enhancing drugs, and cocaine's a stimulant. So like cocaine, meth, ecstasy, you're going to test positive for all those things, but you won't test positive for weed on Mondays.
Wait a minute. Isn't it random too, or no?
No, it is random.
But can it be random on a Thursday?
No.
Really?
Correct.
Wow.
So unless they have some sort of suspicion, like you get arrested, you get charged with domestic violence, you get a DUI. That's the only way that they can test you aside from certain parameters.
I cannot believe they only test on Mondays. That is nuts. Like, weren't they chasing some guy around because he was avoiding them and
No, that means that he was in the program already, probably.
Okay.
So
that's Martavius Bryant, I think.
Yeah. So if you are, it doesn't stay in your system that long. So I knew that the NFL was going to have this go away quietly because if you fire him and you make this noisy, right? There are other people who do coke because coke is looked at as like a rich people's drug, a party drug.
As a guy who's done it plenty of times in his life, coke is not. Maybe because I don't do it anymore and I have kids and I'm not in the scene. It's not. I don't know anybody who does it anymore. It's not.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can't get good stuff like you used to when I was doing it.
I don't even. I know people to this day that occasionally do coke, and they do it like once or twice a year when they're out in Vegas partying or they're on vacation or something.
That's okay, but this guy was.
So what I'm saying
is,
well, that's what I'm saying. It's not frowned upon that same way. So if they made noise with him on the way out, he could make noise about other people because I guarantee that he knows some skeletons that other people have in the closet.
It depends. I think he's been treated well. By all accounts, he's got no axe to grind, so I think he's going out. He got caught. There's nothing. He got caught. He fucked up. It's on him. There's nobody else. So he just has to take the fall. But for Stephen A. Smith to say he has no sympathy for this guy, unless you're in addiction, you'll do lines in front of your kids in the car, so that guy was out of his mind. You saw he was out of his mind.
It's you're out of your mind just because of poor judgment. Because if you are going to if you're going to film yourself doing coke, right? In 2017, when even in 2014, you had celebrities' phones being hacked.
The big frap.
Yeah. Wait, what's that?
That guy that took the Great American Frappening. One of my listeners will know. The guy that was hacking all the celebrities' phones.
Oh yeah.
It's called frapping.
Okay, so at the point in time where that goes on, people can people hack stuff off your phones, intercept anything that you send. Why would you record yourself doing coke?
Because he's not in his right mind.
That's what I'm saying is that he's so far gone that
he's far gone. Because even my wife now, my beautiful wife who's pregnant, will not allow me to do anything with our cell phone anymore. We used to have some fun. She'd send me some stuff, but no more. Those days are done. Hey, really quick, I know we're almost done. I want to congratulate the Dodgers. They swept Arizona. I was wrong. I cannot. Did you watch the game last night?
I only watched through the first 5 innings.
Okay. What a disgrace Arizona is. When you're
with the putting the
that's a great putting the security in front of the pool.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I'm talking about the fans. Did you watch any of the Yankee games the last two games?
Yeah.
When Bird hit that home run, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like in professional sports in a playoff when somebody hits a home run, a late-inning home run to take the lead or to tie the game. In Arizona, there was no energy there yesterday. I'll give the Dodgers credit. They get there late. They leave early. But when they're there,
do you know why?
Traffic, whatever.
No. I'm saying, do you know why there's not energy around
Arizona?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a dead state.
They're a dead fan base. They're not used to winners.
The Cardinals are not bad. The Arizona Cardinals, when I go to their games, man, that stadium.
No, I'm talking about the Diamondbacks.
Oh yeah, the D-backs.
That they have a loser mentality because they have not been good since since Randy Johnson was there.
Well,
Like,
and
in
I went
terms
to
of a
that game.
contender.
I went to the World Series when the Yankees lost in 2001. The only blown save by Mariano Rivera. I was there at Game 6 and Game 7, and it rocked pretty good. So yesterday was just no energy. It just it was such an embarrassment. Like the Yankee Stadium. You know what it's like to stand up for when it's a 2-strike count every time, and like I've been to Yankee Stadium for the World Series, but I mean, so disappointing. And now the Dodgers, if they're lucky, they will have the Nationals win the next 2 games.
If they're lucky, they don't need luck. All the Dodgers.
They want to play. Who do they want to play? The Nationals or the Cubs? If you're a Dodger fan,
doesn't matter.
No, but who do you prefer?
Oh, the Cubs.
You prefer to play the Cubs
because
Nationals have no offense.
No. You prefer to play the Cubs because the Cubs pitching is a disaster at times.
Well, yeah, but that's what Scherzer and Strasburg. Who cares if you give up 2 runs and if your team can't score 1?
Yeah, but the thing about it is
Arizona's awful.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that
Nationals.
Yeah, but if you play the Cubs, right, you are going to get Lester, who you can still on as much as possible.
But Arrieta might come back.
Wait, hold up. But the likelihood of Arrieta pitching well,
we'll see today.
Is I mean the history of this season has told us.
How did he fall off? Yeah, he just fell off.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know, man.
But
you just never know.
But who's gonna win tomorrow? Yankees or Indians?
Listen, who did I tell you?
Yankees, Dodgers.
Yeah, and I am rooting for the Yankees. I don't like the Indians.
How do you feel about Joe Girardi's flub? You know.
In terms of him not challenging.
Yeah.
I mean,
you see him cry after the game yesterday?
Yeah, because
I love Joe Girardi,
because he knew that he almost blew it, right? Like he knew that this series could be over, and
it should be over.
Yeah, and as a coach, you know, like, oh wait, hold up,
just challenge it.
Yep. And the other thing is that you do not want to be that guy that left anything on the table,
right?
And then also, but at the same time, if you lose a 5-run lead, you kind of deserve to lose.
Well, it wouldn't. That was 2 outs. It would have been a foul ball, strike 3, inning over. So he screwed up. But I'm not afraid of Kluber at all. I'm not afraid. We rocked him. Hey, by the way, there's a horrible pitching decision yesterday by Terry Francona. Why did he go to Bauer? So he should have had Bauer start Game 5 with Kluber in the bullpen. So Kluber will be available for Game 1, and now that's done.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. Unafraid. George Reister here. Joey Heim here.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Continue the conversation. Like, share, everything. And make sure that you send emails. unafraidshow@gmail.com. It is an anonymous email. Somebody asked me about how are emails anonymous? Well, they are when I won't reveal the names of who did it. And I'll be honorable and honest about that. unafraidshow@gmail.com. And we got some person asking about Michael Bennett and the Vegas police. Watch the old shows, bro. Watch the old shows. You're like a week old, man.
Yeah. God bless you guys. Thank you for watching. We still on?
Yeah.
We'll see you on Friday, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. See you guys on Friday. Thanks for watching, everybody.